Good morning. We're in the fall season now, and that means that Halloween is quickly approaching. I don't know about you, but as I've walked around and driven around neighborhoods, I've noticed that there are a lot of things that show us light, and there are a lot of things that show us darkness. As I work with my personal children and the children that I support at the school where I serve as head of school, I like to think about things in regular life that I can teach them so that they can learn more about God and how He works in the world. So, as we approach Halloween, I thought it would be a great time to talk about darkness and light. One of my favorite passages is from Matthew 5, and it says this: "You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden." And then it talks about letting your light shine before men. It says, "In the same way, let your light shine before others so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." And that's Matthew 5:16 from the very mouth of Jesus. I've often taught children, especially preschoolers, the song, "This Little Light of Mine." You get your candle ready. You say, "This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine." And then you get to the part, "Hide it under a bushel." No. Or in this case, "Hide it under a basket." No. Well, as we approach Halloween, we see lots of things that remind us of light and darkness. So as I spoke with the children, I talked to them about the opposite of light is darkness. So as we get to things like skeletons in the yards and ghosts hanging from trees and witch hats and those kinds of things, it reminds us of the darkness that's in the world at this time, the scary things that can be out there. The opposite of that is light, and we can think about the good things in the world. I talked about waking up early in the mornings, and this time of year it's still pretty dark early in the mornings, and so I have to use a flashlight or I have to use my cell phone or something like that. So I bring a prop and talk about how it's good to use things like this that can help us see even in a dark place. Well, the children kind of start catching the hint, and then they talk about what did they see that shows light this time of year. So we talk about those bands that you can pop and put on, those neon bands. We talk about those glow sticks. We talk about jack-o'-lanterns and how they show light from the inside. And I remind them that in the same way, when they love Jesus, when they become Christians, they have a light within them. That light that we have is from the hope that we have in Jesus, that He's died for our sins and has been raised again so that we can be forgiven of our sins. And so that is a good reason to have hope. Today with the elementary students, I wanted them to see the difference between the hope that we can have in Jesus and the feeling of guilt and shame. They don't have a very good concept of that right now, and so I kind of made a picture for them of what it would look like. I said, think about the time when you were mean to your sister, and I pretended to put like a rock on the ground, and the time that you said mean things to your mom and put another rock, and imagine the time when you hit someone and another rock, and I kind of made a stack, an invisible stack before them. And I said, how would you feel about those things afterward? And, they say guilty or sad or upset or whatever. And I said, imagine if you didn't have Jesus, you would have all these things around you, and the way that you feel about yourself is affected by the things that you've done. The opposite of that, though, is that we have Jesus. And for those of us that have chosen to follow Jesus, whether at a young age or an older age, we have the hope and the forgiveness that Jesus gave to us. So it's as if Jesus said, you know what, that time when you were mean to that person, let me take that and throw it far, far away. And the time that you told a lie, let me take that and throw that far, far away. And I showed them the picture of that imaginary stack getting shorter and shorter and shorter until we were able to feel the forgiveness within us that comes from Jesus. When you have that hope, when you have that forgiveness, when you have that promise, you have a light that shines within you. So even on your sad days, even on your bad days, you can still have the hope. You can shine your light for Jesus and for all the world to see. The next part of that verse is great too. It says, so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. You see, that should be what flows out of us as Christians. We should be the ones who make the wise choices. We should be the ones who give. We should be the ones who speak kindly. We should be the ones who provide encouragement to others. And when we do, the hope is that people don't look at us and go, oh, she's so nice, she's so this, but instead that they look and say, what's different about her? What makes it so that she's able to have hope even when her environment is not so great? What makes it so that she's able to help me even when she doesn't have a lot of money? And so people see those things, and the hope and what Jesus tells us is that when people see our good works, they give glory to our Father in heaven. So I hope that you take this time around Halloween when you drive by and see skeletons and witches and bats and all the dark things to talk about with your children the opposite of darkness, which is light, and to talk about the light that we have, the light that we are in Jesus, the light that we have within us because he's come within us, and give them the chance to tell you how they can shine that light with others and show your children how they can shine that light to others as well by modeling it for them. Have a wonderful day.